Nelson Mandela was never passive. He was a warrior who knew how to make peace and heal wounds. The most evident example of this comes from Mandela's ability to find respect, humility, and understanding in his foes. These abilities were what transformed Mandela into a unique, caring leader. Archbishop Desmond Tutu wrote, "Mandela always tried to ensure that he didn't make the other person feel like he was rubbing his nose in the dust." Mandela was instinctively courteous, even to those that despised him, because peace was his ultimate mission. He cared for those around him, which is evident in the story of his release from prison, when he had stunned a disabled British visitor in a canteen queue by coming up to him and asking if he could carry his tray to his table. This small gesture illustrates the man that Nelson Mandela was. Even when Mandela was in conflict, he sought peaceful resolutions. In 1948, when the Afrikaner-dominated National Party introduced apartheid, a formal system of racist laws that restricted non-whites' basic rights and barred them from the government, Mandela chose nonviolent methods to protest. As the leader of the ANC, African National Congress, Mandela organized boycotts, strikes, and civil disobedience to challenge the discriminatory laws. He also opened South Africa's first black law firm, which offered free or low-cost legal counseling to those that had been affected by the apartheid laws. These methods cost Mandela his freedom when he was arrested for treason. Mandela was charged with creating the military wing of the ANC that targeted and destroyed government facilities and power plants and interfering with telecommunication and railways. Some argue these methods were forms of terrorism. When charged, Mandela expressed, "The oppressed is often left with no recourse, but to use methods that mirror those of his oppressor. After a point, one can only fight fire with fire." While Mandela arguably did not always rely on peaceful protests, he took solace in the fact that he never encouraged bloodshed. After his trial and imprisonment, he became a martyr for a powerful movement that showed there was alternatives to war. After his eventual release, after 27 years in prison, Mandela found he had power and ran for and successfully became the first black president of South Africa. He worked to heal relations between people, all people of South Africa, rather than seek revenge against his oppressors.